How to do, folks? Good afternoon, evening. It's evening. 6 o'clock. For me, 6 o'clock is the start of evening time. Good evening, folks. And welcome back to Suzerain. Premature ending there. Never usually a good thing, no matter the context. Nagisa, good to see you. How you doing? Good evening, Ollie. Welcome. I've got until about 7:30, so I've got an hour and a half, so there's going to be no flim-flam today. Not that I've got much to tell you about anyway, really. I'll save all the flim-flam for Saturday. Anniversary stream. It's coming, and it's it must be an age thing, Colette. It must be. Because I can't understand how it's the 12th of April already on Saturday. I really can't. Anyway, we'll put that to one side. I'll finalise my agenda on Saturday. Last minute Lil as always. I've got my agenda already pretty much finalised, but I've got a couple of things to do and to prepare some of the agenda items. But I can do that Saturday. I've got nothing planned Saturday. I've left my entire day free. Football. It doesn't matter, Cham. It doesn't matter. I'll let you off. You've been here for 15 years pretty much. I'll let you off, alright? You're going to the Brentford game? Or you're just watching it? And who are they playing, more importantly? Right, anyway, so we'll crack on with the game. I can't remember exactly what happened last time. Avina got married. Did she get married? Did she get married? Arsenal away. Ah. Jolly good. I won't be watching any football. I'm watching nothing to do with Leeds United. It's far too stressful. We went back to the top of the table on Tuesday. Burnley drew. Sheffield United lost. We won. So it literally is going to go down to the last game of the season. I can feel it. Absolutely feel it. Because Leeds just don't want to do anything easily. Why would they give their fans an easy ride? 8 points clear, cruise on to the Premier League. No, we'll fall away at the end of the season like last year, and we'll stutter and misfire and keep you hanging on tenterhooks because hey, that's what we do. Princess Vina got married. We've seen this. There was also a Rufus Gragg gossip column piece, I seem to recall, mainly to do with my mother's hat that looked like a sea creature, wasn't it? Yep, that was it. It's all coming back to me now. What's happening here? Anyway, we have got the end of a turn, and therefore we could spend some of our hard-earned things on decrees. So let's take it. Oh, not military. We have a laugh. Military? What's the military? We've disbanded it pretty much. Right, we have got all of these things. We don't want anything to do with them. Economy-wise, we were going to do something, right? We weren't going to do that. Oh, yeah, no chance. We were going to do stimulus checks. Cost a bit of budget, a bit of authority, both of which we've got in an abundance, really. Strictly speaking, we can get more cash by selling some ships if we need to. And authority, we're getting +6 at the end of the turn. This is going to tick over when we click continue, so we've got plenty of resource here. Catherine, good evening. As I said, 6 o'clock for me is evening time, although it's bright sunshine outside. It's been glorious. Again, we're being spoilt rotten. Maybe I should do tomorrow's anniversary stream outside to start with. Take on a tour. Right. I know, exactly, it does, doesn't it? It's great. A mere month ago, maybe a month and a half, maybe, it will have been getting dark right now. And it'll be cold and miserable. Fast forward and look at it. It's lovely. Anyway, one-time government stimulus checks. This is a bit of a sweetener for us. This is us trying to grease the palm of the people, of the populace. Did I say tomorrow? Clearly I think it's Friday today. In my head, it's Friday. I'm already loading up the drink. Oh, that reminds me. Ooh. Tomorrow, no, after this stream today and before football, at the very latest after football, I need to order a rum for the stream. Because the rum that I usually get, that's 63% and tastes nice, is pineapple grenade, and it's not available in Amazon and hasn't been for several months. So I'm going to have to find something alternative that can come in 24 hours. I have a contender in mind, but hopefully it's in stock. Otherwise, I'm going to be screwed. I've got Morgan's downstairs and Kraken downstairs, but they're the usual staple. I like to have. Oh yeah, and I've also got my fancy rum from Jamaica that cost me a pretty penny. My Appleton's several years old estate thing. 21 years old, wasn't it? So that's 3 bottles in the house. It's kind of. I just said there was no flim flam today. It's kind of. Is it kind of the sign of of an issue, a problem? If you've got like 3 bottles of different rums in the house, probably a total of 6 bottles of rum, because I've got multiple bottles of Morgan's and 2 bottles of Kraken, that I consider that quite a sparse rum selection. That's not enough rums. It's a rubbish rum selection. 3 different bottles. I want 5 or 6. So I'm thinking of getting a couple. I saw it at work today. I was quickly browsing to find out that my choice was out of stock. There is an alternative that are regular strength rums, and I just want to tone it down a touch. There is the pirate grog stuff that I got in little miniature form. I did get a big bottle of it eventually, and it was the honey rum, the honey flavoured kind of pirate grog one. That was really nice. I'm thinking of getting that again. And a bottle of overproof something or other. So I'll get those bottles tonight, actually, after football. Or maybe before. Because I'd like to have a nice sample of rums for the stream. Anyway, yeah, Saturday stream. Righty-ho. Righty-ho. So yes, we're going to grease the palms of the populace. Just the last gasp push for us to try to sweeten the public, just in case we need their opinions on things. But more importantly, it's to try to make the people of Zille see us being generous to the populace of Rizia, and they may think, oh, we want to live there. They're giving away free money. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this. The RPP is dead and buried right now, so any RPP proposals, we could actually enact them and just state that they were our idea from the start. Couldn't we? Yes, we could. Inheritance tax, now it's going to tick off the nobles. Not privatising, we're not giving any sort of credits to businesses. It's going to cost energy per turn and budget per turn, it's quite expensive. Transport, we've already invested in the infrastructure, that should be more than enough. We could reverse our income tax proposal. That'll also please the populace, right? We gathered income tax from the start of our campaign. Now we could remove it. We've got what we wanted out of it. We've enacted everything, got all the infrastructure's done that we needed to get done. Now we can give you a tax break for a bit. We could. We're not gonna do. We could. I'm quite tempted. If in the next couple of turns, I don't know how many turns are left, and we sell some ships maybe, and we still have a surplus of cash that we really don't need to spend it on. You see, we don't know what's going to come up in the game, do we? In terms of sort of events that might cost money. That's the only thing. Nah. Why would we remove income tax? Makes no sense. Tax-free? A tax-free country? You mean a laugh? Well, bloody hell, fire. Blah, blah, blah. Nope. Free press? No. Free press. Sell all this rubbish. Yes, we could buy, we could sell, and there's nothing to build there. Right, that's pretty much it. We're quite happy with the decrees. Right, let's take over and see. Oh, hang on. King generously grants stimulus checks to population in order to relieve the economic burden on Rizia's people, of which there is none really. King Romus has signed a decree ordering the handout of millions of guilders in stimulus checks to the people. A sign of his generosity. The king's decision has been applauded across the political spectrum. What Rizia's People Party? You no longer exist. The handouts will provide a relief to millions of families. Of course it will. This is all our idea. Yes, we hail King Romus. Of course you do. Hail the king, who has now got absolute power. Hence why we need to be kind. Yes. We take away with one hand, but we give you with another. We take away the House of Delegates. Oh no, he's a king, tyrant, but we give cash to people for nothing. Oh, he's a lovely king. Forget what I just said. We love him. That's how fickle people are. And we understand that. Hence why we did it in that order. First the pain, and then we give the pleasure afterwards. What did it say there? What was the title of this turn? I completely missed it. I was in my own dreamland about my own generosity. Bread and circuses. Was it really? And Nikhil. Good to see you. I have new name. Always the Prince. Bread and circuses. That reminds me of the pro. I've persevered with that program on Prime. Not Prime. Yes, it is Prime. Called Those About to Die, the Rome series. I think it was Cham. You said you've seen it. I think it was you, Cham. And they said it was not bad actually. And the first episode of that, I fell asleep. I was like, oh, this is rubbish. I've gotten into it now, and I'm quite enjoying it. We've got 2 episodes to go. My friend was even flagging after the second episode, but it picks up a bit, doesn't it, as it progresses, and it turns a bit sinister in bits, and I've quite gotten into it now. CGI is still horrendous, and some of the acting is a bit questionable, but on the whole, it's entertaining enough. A method to distract the people. Bread and circuses. Yes, we are the master of that. I should know this as a person that loves Rome, Roman history. All I saw when I saw Bread and Circuses was Rome 2. Right. Zille. Sorry? What's happened here? Zille reunites with Rizia. What's happened? How? What? I thought we were having a referendum or something. It's finally reunited. Despite encountering significant obstacles, King Romulus' perseverance was instrumental in guaranteeing that the crown successfully reclaimed Zille, securing its rightful place within Rizia. What? How did this happen? Unless the referendum happened that quickly. Port Drazen, homelessness in freefall. Look at that. Number of unhoused has halved. A shortage of housing still exists, but new constructions are underway to alleviate the problems. Authorities prepare for another mass demonstration. Wait, what? What are you demonstrating about now? We've given you everything, apart from workers' rights. That's the only thing that we haven't done. We've given you free money. We've given you houses. We've given you transportation networks, upgrades. We've given you most things. What more do you flipping need? We've brought Zille back. We're reuniting with Parlay. It's all bright. It's all prosperous here, people. What are you moaning about? Gosh, jeez. Order breaks down a street battle. What's happened? What? Protests against the monarchy have turned violent in Isa. What is happening here? Street battles. It sounds like something out of a computer game or something. Street battles. Pick your weapons now. Somebody's got nunchucks. Oh, for heaven's sake. Because it's a football day, I've got to keep my eye on the football chat. I do apologise. Right. Oh, Sue Omina might be fighting our corner here, which is interesting, because we've nearly played them no attention, and we've thrown them under any bus before now. Smoke is rising from the city. This is all our cousin's fault, nothing to do with us. Blame our cousin. Former oil workers declare autonomous town. Having stayed organised thanks to the yearly galas in their honour, have seized control and declared an autonomous commune where no... Why is the country suddenly in freefall in terms of public order? What has happened here? Ruhex Guardians maintain peace at mass prayer. Oh yes, the newly formed Ruhex Guardians have ensured the mass prayer went smoothly. Yes, very good. And police uncover evidence of millennialist activities in Lyran Hills. Yes, we know this. A large network of old mine shafts, natural caves and other hidden paths inside the luscious Lyran Hills has been used by millennialists to smuggle and organise activities for years. It is likely that the arms used in the recent Monteclar bank robbery originate from here. Yes, plunder, loot it and burn it. That's what I say. We've got 2 things happening down here. What's going on? We have Republic of Mirella. Final board vote on the Mitts. We no longer like Lesbia now. So maybe, just maybe, we might cut a deal with Mirella. Backhanded deal, screw Lesbia, I'm cutting a deal now. I'm ready for a deal. Lesbia can go to hell. What were you saying in the last meeting, Sultana? We'll cut out... Yeah, you still up for that? I've changed my mind. Do you reckon it's too late? Outcome of the Swordland bond investment. Assessing the Swordland bond investment results. Oh, I remember this. Oh. We take a slight loss on our investment. Never mind. It's fine. We're not exactly broke, are we? Right, I hate this. Sometimes this doesn't remove itself. That's fine. Final board vote on the mitts. Let's go in and see what we can get out of them. Best deal possible. Hello, Canon viewer. Welcome. Once again, our helicopter touched down in the Meftium International Trade Zone. Elena winced as she descended the steps to the sandy ground. Put this a bit closer. The trip was quicker last time, or I was just younger. She pinned a strand of grey hair behind her ear as we began walking towards the MIT's headquarters. Ready for the final vote, Your Majesty? Yes. And there had better not be any unpleasant surprises, apart from the one I'm about to spring. Not any more than usual. Her revolutionaries haven't posed much of a threat to Rizia yet, but anything can happen. Not that it's any of my business. We kept walking until we reached the entrance of the headquarters. We were about to enter the building when Chancellor Emmerich Hegel and the rest of the Valgish delegation walked past us. Hegel looked me in the eye and nodded in greeting, his expression unreadable. Good day, Mr. Hegel. Oh, I can ask him for a moment of his time. Maybe this is where we cut a deal, but do you know what? Let's see what we can do. Pull him to one side. Step over here, please, Mr. Hegel. I've got a word that I would like to discuss with you. He stopped in his tracks. One moment. The aides quickly readied a side room for us. We stepped in and sat across from one another. Okay, so we have to ask about the revolutionaries in our country, so I come to you in the spirit of diplomacy. What will it take for you to stop supporting the Morellan revolutionary movement in Rizia? Mr. Taurus, I have no idea what you're talking about. Your monarchy has sown the seeds of its own revolution. They did not need our help to sprout. You are a pragmatic man, Mr. Hegel. You know that world leaders do not have to agree on everything to help each other out. He folded his arms. There is precisely one thing you can offer. Your island, Kalkabiz. Allow Valgsland and the CSP to use it as a base of operations. You'll be compensated fairly, of course. No, thank you. He shrugged. That was my idea. I don't have any others. Let's get this over with, shall we? We left the room. Elena cornered me as I came out of the room. Well, Your Majesty, what was that about? Nah, just a friendly chat, nothing more. The day we're friendly with Chancellor Hegel is the day I eat my own hat. We were ushered into the main conference hall. Elena split off for her seat as I was led to one of the four podiums on stage. Alvarez gave a cordial nod as I took my place next to him. Greetings, Mr. Alvarez. Hello, Your Majesty. There was a squeal of feedback as Alma Sultana tapped on her microphone. The reporters, executives, and various delegations in the conference hall snapped to attention. My brothers and sisters, we all know what this is about, so I will get straight to it. Several years ago, the Republic of Morella began an initiative to bring the resources of the Meftium Basin under the stewardship of our state and our people. She grimaced. Unfortunately, we could not reach a concord between stakeholders, and a new direction for the Meftium International Trade Zone could not be determined. The audience broke into animated whispers. However, this does not mean a complete continuation of the status quo. While Rizia and Lesbia will continue mining operations with a 25% share each, the Republic of Valgsland will be transferring its share to Morella. We are thereby able to pledge that our half of the trade zone will be run with fairness and respect to both workers and the environment. That is not the only gesture of faith that Chancellor Emmerich Hegel has extended us. We are also pleased to announce that Morella is now on fast track for candidacy in the Contanan Security Pact. The chatter in the hall grew louder. I saw Prime Minister Alvarez bang a fist on his podium. The communists can try all they want, but they won't win. Oh, is he talking to me? Don't speak to me as if I'm your ally. Tempting. No, we are keeping our gold mines, though, as we planned. But for how long, Your Majesty? This doesn't bode well for either of us. What do you want me to do about it? I'm not helping you ever again. Sultana tapped on her mic once more. Silence, please! Lesbia and Rizia may still have our gold, but they will never vanquish our spirit. A new axis of solidarity is forming on this continent. It may not happen today, but the forces of justice will prevail. I'm not gonna bite. There will be time for follow-up questions shortly. For now, please talk amongst yourselves. She nodded at Hegel, and the two of them left the stage. Alvarez turned to me with a smile of relief. Well, that was painless. Thank you for your cooperation. Yes. I'm going to continue to remain speechless, out of choice. With a small wave in my direction, he left the stage. Oh, there's no choice to make. So we might have been able to do something there if we'd have given away our island, but we're not going to do that. So you can forget that for nothing. Right, what have we got? Some new things going on here. We've got the Republic of Morella, which is probably something to do with the fact that they are a hell. There it is. They're going to be potentially fast-tracking their way into the CSP. Candidate for membership. There you go. Happy days for them. In Plavo, tens of thousands of worshippers are expected to attend the mass prayer. Hasn't that already happened? Right. Geopolitico. Morella, fast track for CSP candidacy. Ooh. Morella would be the first and so far only nation on the Macopan mainland to enter such an alliance. Swordland creates peace line to avert war. Oh, we're up to the part where the Swordish warplane gets shot down. So this is near the end of the Swordland campaign. So this must be near the end of our campaign, obviously, too. The Swordish administration approached the incident calmly. Yes, in our first playthrough, we did. We were very calm, yes. Walker wins Arcasian election. Remember that from before, too. Lifting people out of poverty. Bit of stagnation in their economy, though. And Kinal's anti-piracy summit. Rising piracy concerns. Ooh. Not that interested, really, in too much of the wider news. High tea with somebody. I didn't see what it said. I clicked it just almost like a instantaneous reflex reaction there. We're having high tea with somebody. The grandfather clock in the tea room of Brambleton Manor let out a series of deep, resonant chimes. Oh, this was good old Beatrice. Who else would be having high tea with other than our beloved sister-in-law? High tea with the old crone. Queen Beatrice had invited me to her countryside retreat in Dateford for a one-on-one talk. Hello, Crazy Canuck. Good evening to you. But she hadn't filled me in on the subject. I didn't care what she wanted to talk about. I was glad to get away from the capital and see my sister-in-law, were we? I looked down at the table in front of me. A white porcelain plate and teacup were surrounded by roughly a draw's worth of silverware. Outside in. Simple. I remembered my late wife lovingly instructed me on the particulars of Rumburgian high tea etiquette. The outermost spoon was for spreading jam on scones, the middle spoon was exclusively for stirring the tea, while the inner spoon was for eating petit four. Alternatively, you can just use your flipping fingers. But hey, no, that's not good etiquette amongst royalty now, is it? Shoveling it in with your mouth, with your hand and fingers. Crumbs spraying over as you're talking with your mouth full. Can you imagine the horror? It's almost worth doing it for a joke. Just as the clock's 5th chime sounded, the Queen of Rumburg materialised in the doorway, flanked by her attendants. Rise to greet her, of course. Oh, come now, Your Majesty. It's just the two of us. She gestured for me to sit down and then took her own seat across from me. A white-gloved server came by and poured us both tea, then set down a tiny bowl of sugar. 1 lump or 2. Stir the sugar with the middle spoon, right? Oh, shish kebab. Middle spoon for stirring tea. I remembered that. Outer spoon for scones, inner spoon for petit fours. I wish there was an option for finger. Stir your tea with your finger. Right, we're stirring the tea. Stirring the sugar with the middle spoon. La-di-da-di-da. There is something quite nice about the sound of the tea. You know when you're stirring a tea, proper like afternoon teacups, little porcelain cups, plate, petit fours are out, the cucumber sandwiches are out, cut into little rectangles, and it's all sat in front of you. There's just something quite satisfying, I suppose is the word, about the sound of when you stir the tea. You put your tea in, Earl Grey for me, and then you put your little bit of dash of milk in, not too much, and then 1 sugar lump. And then you just give it a stir, and the sound of the spoon just clashing with the porcelain cup as you're stirring it about a bit. Oh, it's a lovely sound. And then the tea's got to be scalding hot as you take your first sip. Ooh. Oh, delicious. It's a bit late for tea now. I'm making myself feel like I need a cup of tea all of a sudden. Right, anyway, we've stirred in our tea, our sugar. She smiles approvingly, thinking, he knows his stuff. Next time, I'll have to invite the Duke of Parley here. Now that Grace has accepted his application, he's one of us. Ooh, we could... No. Thank you once more for accepting their application. This will truly be a worthy addition to our ranks. A larger monarchical. It's one of those awkward words to say, because it's not something that just comes across in everyday conversation, or monarchical. A larger monarchical presence in South Macopa is beneficial to us all, not to mention that gas field. I wanted to invite Her Highness as well, but I didn't want to interrupt her married bliss. That first year is so special. Ah, yes. I remember it well. I haven't forgotten about Rumburg's wedding gift, by the way. It's finally ready. Would you like to see it? Without waiting for an answer, she gestured to her attendants. One of them brought forth an oversized velvet-covered jewel case. I lifted the lid. Inside was an ornate ovoid creation, encrusted in the finest jewels. Ovoid. As in oval, like an Easter egg shape, basically. Speaking of which, I don't know if you can see it over there. You can see something red on my little chest of drawers that's housing many a football trophy and crown and Game of Thrones replica throne. That red thing is an Easter egg. Hey, it's an egg. No, it's obviously a very expensive, ornate egg. I'm sure Vina will love it. It is a genuine Hattersley egg, only one of 8 in existence. But I'm sure you knew that. Symbolic of the new life my niece and her husband will bring to the Rizian throne, and the heirs they will produce, of course. Thank you. My house will always treasure it. You are most welcome. Our server returned with a silver tray of piping hot scones and a crystal ramekin of rosehip jam. I really want tea and something sweet now. Right, now we can't cheat. Jam on scone, outer spoon. I picked up the outer spoon and used it to spread jam on one of the scones. You remembered your tea etiquette. Very nice. I must tell you that I and the rest of Grace have been slightly concerned about the direction in which Rizia is heading. Oh, really? What direction would that be? Don't play dumb. The rest of the world already holds certain prejudices towards monarchs. Your religious zealotry is only confirming their suspicions. Oh, the religious direction. Oh, that direction. CSP and ATO are growing far too powerful. Any sign of instability is an opportunity for them to pounce. The world is choosing sides, Your Majesty. We must stay strong if we are to keep our heads above the fray. Which is why it is so important that you keep Victor Smolak from seizing Zille. Oh, so we haven't got Zille back. So that news article was a mistake or a glitch or a bug or something? It said that we got Zille, which is why I was confused, because there was a referendum to have, and I thought we would have got the results of the referendum before Zille was announced. Maybe Zille is coming back to us, and that was a bit of a giveaway sign. I'm confident because the game has already told me we're getting Zille back. It's fine, Beatrice, old BT. What could we call her for short that would annoy her? What's short for Betty? BT? Is there a shorthand name for Beatrice? I don't. There must be. We will win the referendum. Of that I have no doubt. Do not fear. I have many a plan. But will Valen respect the results when they did not even respect your father's treaty? 2 more servers delicately put down a towering something. What the hell? Spilling over with petty fours. I have never seen that word in my life. I'm assuming it's the metal thing that you bring your afternoon tea on, you know, with the scones on with the sandwiches on the bottom layer, then the second layer is a little bit smaller, and then you've got stuff on there, and then the top layer is the smallest layer, and you've probably just got a couple of little buns on it. Oh, I think you put your scones on the second layer. It's one of them. It's probably one of them, isn't it? I'll just call it the afternoon tea tower. Oh, it's a shelf. Oh, there you go. Your French speaking has come along leaps and bounds, Nagisa. So it is. Yeah. Okay. It's the afternoon tea tower. Eat a petit four with the inner spoon. Now, what kind of petit fours should we be going for here? I mean, what they're called, macaroons things are always a favourite, but I've never been a big fan of them. They're a bit too jelly-like for me. When you bite into them, go a bit jelly-fied, and I'm not the biggest fan of jelly. Little chocolate cup, a little white chocolate cup. How about a white chocolate cup with white chocolate mousse in it, with a little bit of maybe raspberry jam on top? That'd be a lovely little petit four, wouldn't it? If you like white chocolate, of course. I love white chocolate. Little white chocolate mousse cup. Oh, that'd be delicious. Oh, I'm in the wrong business here, people. Nicely done. My sister must have taught you well. We continued talking about our kingdoms as we finished our tea and sweets. Tell me about the scones. They were hot and steaming. Did they break and crumble open? Were they soft and delicious? Raisins or not? Savoury or sweet? These are all valid debates. Speaking of which, I'm getting distracted clearly, because it's all this food talk. Downton Abbey. This is a good preparation for that. Afternoon tea and all that. Downstairs, I wonder if they'll last until the Christmas anniversary party stream. Marks and Spencers are doing something which is proving to be quite popular. Now, I don't know if they've done it in previous years, but they've definitely... I'm just looking at Catherine at this one, just in case you're still here, Catherine. You may be able to enlighten me, because I know we often like similar things, you see. But there is something that's flying off the shelves at the moment in Marks and Spencers, because my mum went and she saw them, and... Oh no, she saw them before she went, and then she went, and then there was none in stock. And then the man who she spoke to found some in the back, and when she was at the cashier, he came running with a packet in hand. Very nice of the fella. This is the charm my mother has, you see. And it's hot cross buns. Now, I don't know, cultures and stuff, but hot cross buns, they're like currant tea cakes, but they come out at Easter time. They've got a cross on them. They've got a much more of a spicy flavouring to them. But these are not regular hot cross buns because, yeah, I like a hot cross bun. But I'm very particular about hot cross buns because I don't like candied peel, and most hot cross buns have candied peel in. So I have to look at the ingredients packet on the back of a hot cross bun packet and see if it's got candied peel, because if it has, it's a no-go for me. Some don't, and they're the ones I go for. However, that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is these hot cross buns are savoury hot cross buns. Now, obviously they do savoury scones, sweet scones. I've never in my life seen a savoury hot cross bun. As I said, they might have done these previous years or not, but these are cheese savoury hot cross buns. They're unopened downstairs at the minute, and I'm figuring out the best time to bust one open and try one. And I'm thinking maybe the anniversary stream might be quite a good time to do it, because it's a bit of a slightly different item, isn't it? I've never come across a savoury hot cross bun before, but apparently they're flying off the shelves of Marks and Spencers, so they must be nice. The debate will be to what to put on it, other than a bit of best butter, of course. It's got to be something they could put on there that'd be delicious. I'm trying to think. Right. So that was it. We've had afternoon tea, she's given us an egg, we've eaten, and she's just told us that we're being stupid because we're turning to religion. Right, excellent. Correctly finish high tea. Game of Spoons was the title of that achievement, which I find pretty interesting, considering we were just talking about the Game of Thrones chair a minute ago. Well, I say just mentioned it in passing, but... Oh no, I can't stand mustard. Ah, no. It makes me... Oh my god. There's very little things that I eat that I categorically would just spit out if I got it in my mouth. Banana's one of them. Mustard and horseradish are the other two. Oh my god, how people can like them is unbeknownst to me. Oh, the horror, the flavour is... It's just... Oh. Absolutely hideous. Welcomes the Guild of Royal Allies. Welcomes the Duchy of Parley into the Alliance. Look at that. The addition of Parley signifies a stronger commitment to our shared values and the promotion of monarchy as a stable form of governance, says my beloved sister-in-law, with a mouthful of scone. Ooh! Zille referendum results. Feels like everything is coming together now. So, yeah. Let's see. This has got to go in our favour. If this goes against us, I'm going to be devastated. My mother will not be able to look me in the eye again. Oh, it can't be. The people must want to come home, surely, to goodness. Say your prayers, Mr. Taurus. Say your prayers. All that God talk, religious mumbo-jumbo, some might call it, could well come and pay your dividends right now. Oh, we get the dramatic music here. Hello, Liv, welcome. It was a sunny, beautiful day in jails. Or should that be Jarley? From the tall windows of the hilltop mansion where I was staying, I saw Breenus locals frolicking on the beach beneath colourful umbrellas. I sighed, longing for the sun and the sand. Instead, I was cooped up in a small room with my counsellors. At least Parble had managed to source a bottle of very rare champagne for me, as well as a golden sabre to open it with. Who opened? Slice the top off with a sword. Why not? I'm the king. Lorenzo came before me, bowed, and gestured towards the antique sofa in front of the television. Oh, it's on the TV? Oh, I thought we were going to get like a missive or something. It's about to begin, Your Majesty. He was referring to the Zille referendum, the event that would determine the future of our northernmost region and the reason we were all inside on this gorgeous day. Moved to the sofa. We're that nervous, we're not even talking to anybody. No pleasantries here. We're in the zone, TV on, big screen, 50, 60, 70-inch thing. 1950s version. Clearly it's going to be a little portable thing. I can't see it. Black and white, no doubt. Your Majesty. Lucita bowed and sat down beside me. I'm sure if we'd have taken different tactics in this game, I reckon Lucita is romanceable. I'm almost like 90% sure. I reckon she is. I mean, you can tell me. Unless I don't think it's going to be a spoiler at this point. I think we're past the point of romancing her. I think we would have been able to romance her. Correct. It was obvious when she almost fell into... Literally, she fell into my hands. Can be romanced and made queen. Oh, interesting. Wow. Interesting indeed. I am going to do a second playthrough off camera. I might try that tactic, actually. I might try it. I'm going to find it difficult to do it, though. I might try it. Turn on the television. No remote controls in these days. You have to physically... Parble, can you go and physically press the button on the TV? Is anybody here old enough to remember TVs without remote control? Anybody? Don't give away your age, people. Don't answer that question. I turned on the television. Does anybody remember having to tune in a television with a screwdriver? I turned the yes, none of this auto-tuning nonsense. Auto-scanning. I'm going to press that black and white one, so it's kind of... The ballot boxes were only 18% open. It was too early to say anything yet. We had to wait. This is almost as exciting as General Election Day. We always tune in to see the scores, don't we? At General Election time. Even if you don't like politics, it's the one time you'll actually sit and watch. I often find, I mean, I'm not the big political person, as you obviously know by now, but I have to tune in election day. I just love all the rigmarole of it. What are your thoughts, Your Majesty? Zille will return to Rizia. I can't see this going any other way. Not without a massive manipulation effort by Valen, which is, I'm sorry to say, entirely possible. An aide entered the room and whispered something into Lucita's ear. She got up and bowed once again. If you will excuse me, Your Majesty, it seems I've received an urgent call. Yes, of course. Ballot boxes were 32% open. So far, 53% of Zille citizens had voted no to joining Valen, but that is far too close for comfort. The doors to the room swung open, and Lucita rushed in. Your Majesty, I have received important news from our foreign intelligence. It looks like we are on track to win the referendum. At the moment, most of the votes are on our side. However, in addition, we have evidence that Smolak's people are attempting to influence the referendum results. We found agents trying to intimidate voters and instigate violence. The interrogations showed that they are directly linked to Valen. We must act, Your Majesty, and with haste. We have all of the contingency plans ready to launch at your command. I really would caution against doing anything rash at this point, Your Majesty. We are already winning, are we not? Unless something changes in the next few hours. But it is your decision. If you are going to interfere, I suggest we act quickly. The TV host returned with the current numbers. The ballot boxes were 43% open. So far, around 53% of residents had voted no to joining Valen. I took a moment to think. The ballot boxes were 49% open. Your Majesty, we need a decision. The ballot boxes were 52% open. Everyone was staring at me. I'm sat there like a rabbit in the headlights. Suddenly, clarity. I knew what I had to do, did we? I'm not clear on this one. We will not interfere. We will interfere with the Rizian armed forces. Our troops will enter Zille to protect the ballot boxes and make sure we get what is ours. Activate all of our agents in Zille to try to make use of the chaos and steal the votes from our opponent. No. Oh my God. If we were going to interfere, it has to be protection. But they could spin that as a... Oh my God. I kind of feel if we don't interfere, we're going to lose this, right? But if we interfere in any way, he's going to spin it. He's going to spin it as if we send in the armed forces, we're intimidating the vote, we're influencing the vote. We're certainly going to go try to steal votes, because that is definitely bad news if we get found out doing that. I'm just hoping that our work with the ATA comes through, because if we have funded the ATA 100% and completely, it would really make sense that we would have to interfere, because we've gone full hog behind kind of peaceful, getting people to vote peacefully, and we're already winning. I reckon that if circumstances were different and different steps were taken, I reckon at some point we could be losing here, at which point we've got nothing to lose almost, but here we do. So, do you know what? No, we're not going to interfere. He said no. I trust him more than I trust her. Don't forget, she's still under suspicion about my father. We will not interfere. This has to be above board. We can't give that Smolak fella any opportunity to accuse us of influencing this result and giving him further ammunition to keep Zille any longer than he has had it. Understood, Your Majesty. She sat back down on the couch. All of our attention was on the television as we watched the numbers change. The ballot boxes were 84% open. The result is almost a certainty now. 93% open. 98% open. A shiver ran down my spine as the final numbers appeared on the screen. The final referendum result was no, with 51% of Zille residents agreeing on the transfer. 51%! Holy hell. No recounts here, people. No recounts here. 51%. A whisker. A whisker. Zille was going to be returned. I had defeated Smolak. Congratulations, Your Majesty. A historic win. Time to cut off the cork. Tush! The sabre comes out. The cork bottle flies off with shards of glass. Get the glasses. It's time to celebrate. We clinked our glasses and took a... Be careful, there's no glass in there. Took a sip. Come on now. Let's see this returned. Partially restored territorial integrity. What do you mean partially restored? Okay, so there's a bit more work to do to fully restore it, actually. Apparently. Maybe. Okay, Grace has got a new member. Writing in Folche data as worshippers reach city. As the religious march, now numbering over 100,000 participants, reached Folche data, riots broke out in the city. The city, which is home to a significant Golkondist and Dasnuris community, saw religious violence destroy shops and public property, with at least 4 killed and several dozens injured. Territory of Zille. Return of Zille speech! Oh, we love a good speech. We love a good speech. What we're telling our devoted 51% of people. In fact, yes, it was a whisker. Yes, it was 51%. But let's not forget, people will have been intimidated to vote for Valen. So the number of people wanting to come back was probably a lot higher than 51%. music just goes dong, that little note. Right. Here we go. I walked alongside my mother through her dilapidated childhood home. The scent of salt water filled the air. Almost involuntarily, a single word escaped her lips. Zille. Mother briefly paused when she reached the bedroom, gazing ruefully at the peeling paint on the walls. I really have missed this place, despite the dismal state. We'll turn it into a magnificent villa, the Queen Mother's very own luxury retreat. How about it? She shook her head. Oh, no, that would just feel wrong. Although I wouldn't mind upgrading the bed linens to a higher thread count. I look forward to the day when I can come here without being reminded of the pain of what we lost. Ooh. Yes, it was a difficult time for all of us, Mother, but it is over now. Let us focus on the future. Thank Dast for that. She stopped before turning to face me. I am proud of you, son. If not for your leadership, this house and so many others would have been lost forever. Yes. It was my duty, Mother, for our kingdom and for our family. And you fulfilled that duty admirably, my dear. The only thing left to do now is decide who's in charge. The distant tolling of a bell tower interrupted her words. Time to go. The festivities will be starting soon, and someone here is scheduled to give a speech. With a nod of acknowledgement, we left her childhood home behind. As we made our way through the city, I felt a sense of renewal. The streets bustled with activity, alive with the energy of the festival. The once damaged tenement buildings now stood proudly, freshly repainted to conceal the scars of the past. Before long, we passed a sign for Smolak Square, where the event was being held. I was thinking the same thing, Mother. You should have that square's name changed as soon as humanly possible. Yes. Fido Square. That's what it was called before? The Sazens would love that, I'm certain. As my mother and I stepped out of the car, we were met with a sea of cheering faces, their palpable enthusiasm filling the air. I spotted a group of ATA volunteers proudly waving Rizian flags. Walking towards the centre of the square, I couldn't ignore the solemnity of the moment. Where the former grandstand once stood, there was now a memorial to the victims of the bombing. Memories of that fateful day flooded back to me. The chaos, the screams, the confusion. It wasn't long before I was led to the podium to deliver my speech. Mother gently placed her hand on my arm, stopping me. Good luck. I appreciate the sentiment, Mother. May the divine light guide my words and actions as I address our people. A gentle smile adorned her face before she kissed me on the cheek. As I stepped onto the stage and took my place behind the podium, the crowd erupted into applause. The applause eventually subsided. After several minutes, I then began to speak. Dear brethren, today heralds a sacred moment as we witness the return of Zille. How religious do we go here? I don't think we're going to go too ham with it. Although these guys better come prepared, because it's going to be the Holy Kingdom before them. After a prolonged period of estrangement, Zille is finally returning home. To the resilient people of Zille, I offer my deepest sympathies. Your resilience in the face of adversity was a beacon of light in such dark times. We'll go religious now. United in our devotion and reverence, let us give thanks for the divine grace that has reunited us with our brethren. Cheers erupted once more. This is where we can actually make a decision or set the tone for where Zille is going. Now, my initial reaction was that we're not going to give it back to the Suzerains. I'm kind of thinking that we do plan to give it back to Brenus. It'll probably be the least problematic thing to do, and could be a dangerous. I say could be a dangerous thing. Could be an olive branch to the family. We never let the mother out of prison, to be fair, but small steps and all that. I don't know where we're going with this line. This is very true, though. We'll go down this line for now. We're not making a decision on us to give it to. We're just kind of setting the tone. You know, I myself am one half Zillian. This region holds a special place in my heart and that of my mother. Okay, so now we are making a decision. I was so like, I'm not going to give it to the Suzerains at all. But the RPP, I mean, I don't think the RPP is ever just gone, but the House of Delegates is down, so that reduces Suzerain's power. He's not married to Xena anymore. He's not getting married to Xena. He's not in with Xena, so Vina rather than Xena. Vina could cause a problem in the future potentially, but my mother stood there. Rizia Imperi. Rizia Imperi. Rizia Imperi. Well, it's going to end up like a flipping Border Gore CK2 affair. We've got Rizia Imperi, we've got a bit of Isa, now a bit of Zille. No, do you know what? We're going to place our faith in the Suzerains, looking after it well, seeing this as the olive branch that it is, and trying to promote unity in the country. We've not given Brenus anything, have we? We've not built anything there, dams, nothing. But now we've ruled for a long time, we've seen the country develop, we're finding our place, and I think we'll give it back. I think we'll give it back to Brenus, where it was initially. My mother might have a heart attack about this, but it's for the greater good. It feels like the right thing to do, but I don't know why I'm cringing when I'm doing it, because it doesn't sit right. And therefore, I hope that House Suzerain will take good care of it once it's incorporated into Breen. The words are getting stuck in my throat. I'm just thinking, because we didn't release the mother, right? If we give him this, there's still a little bit of animosity there with the family, perhaps. I don't know. Maynard seemed like a charitable enough fellow. trust them. Well, this could be the biggest mistake. We've just fought this, but we've fought for this piece of land for God knows how long. A group of Suzerain supporters began chanting "Glorious Axasazoni." Some audience members joined them while others sat with their arms crossed looking dissatisfied. Oh dear. I motioned for the crowd to quieten down. I think we'll go with the monarchy line here. I reckon so. You know, it's all because we're a monarchy. Testimony to the strength of the monarchy. We've got anti-monarchy sentiments going on at the moment, haven't we? So let's try to put this over as a victory for monarchies. Therefore, raise your voices in celebration, for today marks the dawn of a new era for our kingdom. And may our faith continue to strengthen us as we embark on this sacred journey together. As I finished my speech, the crowd broke into loud cheers once more, their joy reverberating throughout the square. Local Zille representatives approached me, holding a leather portfolio containing the legislation that would officially reunify Zille with Rizia. I accepted it, quickly scanning the referendum results before taking up the pen. And without a moment's hesitation, I signed my name, fulfilling a promise now complete. I had glanced over at my mother. She had tears shining in her eyes. Offering her a reassuring smile, I turned back to the crowd, the memory of their praise etched into my mind forever. Oh, that's quite an emotional moment. City available, city available. Oh, we've got new cities. Look at this. We've got Marvus Nortus, Nanta, little Nanta, House Suzerain Governor, local municipality, Marve Nortus. Intelligence hub was set up there. Now it's all part of our land. Look at this. Look at this. We've got a couple of new cities in here. Holiday destination. Zille reincorporated into Brenus. Look at that. The palace has announced that now that Zille has returned to Rizia, administrative control over the area will be awarded to House Suzerain in a surprising twist. As the province is unified with Brenus once more. House Suzerain reacted in delight to this news, which was all but certain. Thanking King Romus for his generosity and his respect for the traditional division of the kingdom. The House assured it will work diligently to ensure incorporation into Brenus' administrative structures. Look at that. Alliance of Nations decisions in the past have caused peril for Rizia. There are talks about whether we should leave the organisation once and for all. The organisation seems to have other agendas that do not include our place in Makopa. If we decide to leave, there will be repercussions. However, we are already seeing repercussions from being part... Whoa! Just throw that in there as a random thing. Yeah, just come out of the Alliance of Nations. Yes or no? What? Where does this come from? Excuse me? Look at this authority. Authority like it's going out of fashion. Right, okay, I think it's time for us to start splashing some more cash and stuff, doing some more decrees, finish this off in style. Right, what have we got going on? We've got 13 energy. We could probably spend some... you know what, I'm going to look at these thingies once again. Do we leave the Alliance of Nations? I don't think we should. There are repercussions for leaving, but there are repercussions for staying in. I think that staying in the grand scheme of things is probably better. I don't want to go completely rogue. Jesus. I mean, it's worth thinking about the fact that, you know, Valve's land, Yeah, this is like a massive, massive decision, isn't it? Coming out of the Alliance of Nations. Yeah, we're just leaving the UN. What? Yeah, I'm sick of it. Excuse me? No, I've got to misclick then. Stay in the Alliance of Nations. We have to stay in. Jesus wept. Right, we've got a couple of things going on here. Zille. Preparations begin for King's reunification event. Another speech. Was that the one that just happened? Zille Unity Street Festival a success. A hastily organised street festival celebrating the unity of Rizian and Rezecs living in Nanta filled the streets of the city with life over the past 2 days. The festival celebrated the return of Zille in Rizia, while at the same celebrating Rezec life in the city and focused on promoting intercultural dialogue. Thousands of discarded ballots found. Look at that! Thousands of votes from Rizian majority areas of Nanta have been found in a field outside the city. Yeah, look at that. Massive attempts to rig the vote. Unlucky, Smolak. Nice try, pal. Zille celebrates return. Tens of thousands turned out on the streets of Zille to celebrate its return to Rizia. Monarchist banners were flown with Romus's name being loudly shouted by the crowds in reverence. What the hell is going on now? Into all the cities. There you go, there's the city of Zille. An update, of course, as it is now back here. Morella fast tracks. What? Oh, Valgland occupies. Oh, Heliland. You know, look at that. Valgland takes Heliland back. They'll be happy. We've got a meeting with Sal. Oh. Rizian Palesian Unification Initiative. Duke. After a series of successful meetings between Palesian and Rizian Foreign Affairs, Duke Reinhardt announced that the path to unification of Rizian Pali is now a possibility. Look at that. He signalled his desire to join Rizia as a semi-autonomous region and requested us to establish a Ministry of Unification to work with their Palesian counterparts to prepare both countries for a potential unification. Of course, my dear son-in-law. Of course. Come peacefully, come silently, just come. Right, holy hell. I feel like this playthrough's gone almost too well. Yes, these games don't tend to go this well for me, it seems. Not on the first attempt, certainly. But we're not done yet. There's still time for twists and turns and the stings in the tail, I feel. This could be the sting in the tail, going completely religious nut job. Footy starting is an 8 o'clock kickoff tonight, so I have to finish this stream at 7:30. Standing within the Benevon Ark Sanctuary, I marvelled at the Lake of Reflection. Its waters flowing through the heart of the sanctuary via naturally carved channels. The Ark Sanctuary had been built around these canals, embracing their presence in its design. As I knelt at the water's edge, my gaze fixed upon the mirrored surface, hoping to find spiritual clarity, as legend said it would provide. It was then I saw another familiar face in the water's reflection. Grand Wiseman Sal Ignatius. There you are, Your Majesty. I was looking for you. And what do I owe the pleasure, Grand Wiseman? I came to inform you that the ceremony is set to begin within the hour, so we'll need to start letting people into the Ark Sanctuary soon. He was referring to the graduation of the latest batch of Ruhek's Guardians cadets. My new religious security force was headquartered at the nearby Benevon Academy, a prestigious institution known for catering to the noble and elite class of Rizia. Despite the Board of Trustees' initial resistance, they eventually committed to incorporating the Guardians' doctrine into the school's standard curriculum. I had been invited here to witness the results. The sound of the Ark Sanctuary doors opening drew our attention to the front entrance, where people began trickling inside. Sal and I stepped away from the main aisle, allowing the flow of individuals to pass without instruction. We then made our way up to the back stairwell to the upper balcony, where we could speak privately whilst still overlooking the scene below. Before long, the majestic tones of an organ resonated throughout the chamber. A continuous line of Ruhek Guardians cadets marched down the aisle, their formal uniforms adding to the solemnity of the occasion. We just say nothing and just observe. Silence whilst everything is going on. Once the cadets were finished taking their respective seats in the front row, a speaker stepped into the pulpit and began the commencement. Sal leaned in and spoke in a hushed tone. If I may speak freely, given the upheaval we're seeing in the kingdom, I feel there is a solution that is not being used to its full potential. An answer that is staring us right in the face. Sal gestured to the cadets. Drew Hex Guardians. Presently, they've been tasked with performing faith-based humanitarian work, such as rebuilding infrastructure damaged by the protesters and providing aid to displaced families. Even with their commendable efforts and the positive attention they're attracting, especially with recruitment, it hasn't been enough to calm the unrest. Perhaps it's time for them to set aside the plowshares and to wield the sword of justice. They have been doing commendable work thus far, but are we certain that deploying them to quell unrest is the right course of action? Your Majesty, legally speaking, we have the authority to deploy Ruhex Guardians to maintain order. As the appointed representative of God on Earth, you have the power to enforce divine laws. And I get that. But just because we can deploy them doesn't mean that we should. I understand your hesitation, Your Majesty, but the situation is dire, and we must consider all available options. The Ruhex Guardians can help maintain stability and prevent further escalation of violence. In for a penny, in for a pound. Very well. We must do what is necessary to restore peace and order to our kingdom. See to it that the Ruhex Guardians are prepared for their new duty. It feels a bit extreme. I mean, we've been seeing unrest, but then some things have been going so well, I always feel like unrest should probably naturally dissipate. We've got Zarina's back, we've offered an olive branch to the Sazens. It feels like a bit OTT to me. But let's just make sure, I suppose. There has been, anti-monarchy protests going on, and they're probably not going to vanish quickly. But they were before Zille came back, I think, weren't they? Ooh. I don't want to upset the apple cart. I feel like we're on the cusp of achieving immortality here. One wrong turn, one drastic measure too much, and we could unravel all of our years of hard work. Right, we're going to do it. Oh my God. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Of course, Your Majesty. I will make the necessary preparations to ensure that the Ruhex Guardians are ready to fulfill their new responsibilities. And while we're on this topic, I feel compelled to return to a previous discussion on Rizia's future, specifically regarding religion's role. At the time, you expressed your desire to establish a kingdom rigorously governed by the unyielding doctrine of Ruhicism. In my view, I believe now is the perfect time to adopt such measures if we are to achieve success. Even in a whisper, his intensity and enthusiasm were palpable. Rizia is dying. The people are exhausted by the status quo, and their faith in both the monarchy and the divine is crumbling. With your guidance and full commitment to Ruhicism as law of the land, you could restore this kingdom to its former glory. We could. I must feel like going to former glories is stepping backwards when we should really be looking forwards. But we are a religious man. We've just charted the course. We're going to have to finish it. It was going so well until we went religious nut job. That'll be that'll be our gravestone. It was going so well for the king, and then he just went into a religious nut job. Turned into a religious nut job. Expressing religious devotion publicly is what? No. My devotion to doing the Lord's work has never wavered. Is that strictly true? Yeah, probably is. I don't think we're doing too many bad things in our time. We've done everything for the greater good, usually. I think we've been very, very good servant to the Lord here. What task do you wish me to undertake in service of our faith? Bless you. I am so glad you asked. To achieve the highest form of theocracy, we need to make sure a few steps are taken. Oh, heavens. As I mentioned during the alignment of the 6 stars, to solidify Rizian Ruhus's principles, the Grand Vizier role should go to a religious figurehead, specifically myself. Oh, this is so much upsetting of apple carts here. It really is. This is extreme. But we're going all in with it. We're going all in with it. We have been a man of religion from the very beginning. And now it is time to pounce on the unsuspecting populace. He's not a religious man, but he's not a figurehead, is he? My husband, my uncle, couldn't think of what has not done a bad job, has he? Really, he's advised us pretty reasonably. But things change. Hugo is a religious man himself. What if I was to keep him on? Just ask the question. You may keep him on as an advisor, of course, but for our holy kingdom to succeed, the Grand Vizier position must be filled by a holy servant. As Grand Vizier, I can provide invaluable guidance on both state and soul, guaranteeing the prosperity of our realm in worldly matters and in matters of the spirit. My next condition concerns your golden guard. We can't get rid of them. We can't. He looked in the direction of the Archsantry's doorway, where a couple of Titus's men stood vigilant. In my eyes, it has never been fitting for the King of Rizia to surround himself with such an obvious symbol of material wealth. Hang on a second here. We're not living a life of a pauper all of a sudden. Hang fire here, old Sal. Just put the light on. Your guardsmen must shed their golden trappings and become Ruhex guardians. I know Captain Gordian would agree with me. How do you know that Titus will agree to this? Have you two been discussing this? Well, we would never discuss such topics behind your back, but Captain Gordian's reverence for the divine is obvious. If we wish to build Golconda on Earth, he will be one of our most valuable tools. He lowered his voice even further. Finally, Your Majesty, we will need to restructure the Royal Council under the guidance of the clergy. Just as your Grand Vizier must be a man of God, so must all your advisors be versed in Ruhasist principles. I can't kick Elena and Lorento off the Royal Council. They've been there since I was a child. Both Miss Verna and Mr. Escabel have led honourable lives in service to the Crown. They have earned a happy retirement. What do you say, Majesty? Shall we walk this path together, as in the stories of old? Get rid of my uncle. Get rid of my council. Get rid of the Golden Guard. Happy days. Let's just turn everything on its head. This is a lot of upheaval for a country that I don't think is actually that bad. I don't think we're at breaking point. I think we're doing all right. We've got Pet Parley being integrated. We've got Zille back. We've given things to the people. Yeah, we've got a few little protests here and there. This is mostly the work of Sultana and a bloody underhanded tactics, surely. The economy's thriving. We're rich. We've got energy coming out of our ears that we could sell. We've got... Our authority has never been higher, and we're suddenly going to turn everything on its head, risk upheaval, for the sake of turning... Let's think about this for a second. Just because we're religious doesn't mean we have to go into a full-blown scale Holy Kingdom situation. We can still be religious, still visit the sanctuary, and say our prayers and pay reverence to God. We don't have to go full out zealot here, do we? Go full. Looking at the time, I've got to end this stream in no later than 10 minutes time. Oh gosh, golly gosh. It's just the amount of upheaval. It really is. We've achieved quite a victory. We're kicking people out of council. Happy retirement, guys. We don't want to retire. Well, you're retiring now. Full pensions, don't worry about it. You say don't do it. Let's see what the numbers look like. What numbers? Meeting in the middle. I think baby steps. I think given, I know we're religious and I know, we pay homage to the Lord and all that, but we're not stupid, right? And we want to reign for as long as possible, and we want to hand over a kingdom to our daughter that is thriving and prosperous wherever possible. So, we've just enacted what's the people called? The Holy Ruhasist Guard, whatever they're called. We've given them right to try to quell the population's unrest. That's a big step. Asking him to petition to be Grand Vizier, and we'll consider it, could be another big step. In terms of anything else, I think it's too much. It's too much. I think it could upset things. Council being removed. It's just too much change. We didn't realise how much change was involved when we committed to this, or said, oh, this could be a good idea. But thinking about it and looking at how things have developed and turned and changed and how things have gone in our favour, mothers were happy, Zille's, but everything is going so silkily smooth. Such a massive change right now does not seem like the best of timing. If things have gone badly, we've got nothing to lose. You know what? Just in for a penny, in for a pound. Zille's not come back, Parley's all up in smoke. What's the worst that we can do right now? Let's just do it. Clearly God needs to help us out here because we're failing miserably. But I think this is too much upheaval. It's just far too much. So if we can meet in the middle, That'll be a good start. Start with baby steps, that's what I say. We've backtracked a little bit. No, but we made homosexual legal, which was obviously against religious principles. So we've kind of always made these kind of decisions to fit in with with our vision and personal experiences. And I think, yeah, we'll meet in the middle. We'll meet in the middle. He's going to be horrified. Oh, he's actually quite happy. Excellent! You have no idea how much this means for me, and for Rizia. When the time comes, I know you will choose wisely. As if ordained from heaven, the organ once again came to life. Everyone stood and began singing a hymn, their voices reverberating throughout the chamber. Please excuse me, Your Majesty. I must now attend to my duties at the ceremony. I'm to distribute the holy water to the new recruits, the final step to becoming a Ruhek Guardian. Unless you'd like to do it yourself, given your divine appointment as Rizia's spiritual leader. It would be my honour to accept. Of course we will. No, you carry on, tradition and all that. We do like tradition, don't get me wrong, and history. But do you know what? Of course, I would be happy to do it. As I made my way down the stairs, Sal briefly briefed me on what to do before I joined him in distributing the holy water to each cadet. Can you imagine? That would make the cadets' day, month, year, maybe even lifetime. They got to be ordained, inducted by the king himself. You remember that day forever, wouldn't you? Unless the king turned out to be a tyrannical maniac, but he'd be not. So you should live long in your memory. It did for me when I saw the Queen. I saw the Queen twice. I didn't get very close, but I saw the Queen. She came to Leeds once, and she walked down Briggate, and I was on this side of the well, it's not a road. It's a road that's close to the public, but it's a road nonetheless. It used to be open to the public. It's now closed to the public. Has been for about 30 years, but it's a road. So I was on this side of the road with a barrier, about three people deep, and down our side of the road, Prince Philip was walking down and greeting people on my side. On the other side, the Queen was going down the other side. So I was like, oh, we were on the wrong side here. But nonetheless, we were probably about 10 metres away from her. That was the first time. The second time was I was 8 years old, and she drove past in a car. Literally, zoom past. I'm like, oh, there she is. Anyway, as they approach, they bow their heads in reverence, as they should. Meanwhile, I carefully scooped up the holy water from the sacred pool into a chalice, and then splashed them in the face with it. Surprise! Every cadet approached to partake in this sacred ritual, symbolising their commitment and dedication to both their faith and their kingdom. The moment held profound significance, uniting us all in a shared sense of purpose and duty. Oh, yes. Oh, perfect! We always end at the right time on an end turn phase, which is absolutely fantastic because it's time for football. Let's read the news. King Romus honours graduating class at Ruhek's Guardians HQ. King Romus surprised us all by visiting the Ruhek Guardians HQ within Benevin Academy to attend the latest elite cadet graduation. He not only observed but took an active participation, distributing holy water among the cadets. This unexpected gesture symbolised unity between secular and sacred authority, resonating deeply with attendees. The king's commitment to moral principles was evident, reflecting his dedication to Ruhasist values. His actions garnered widespread praise, highlighting his role as a beacon of hope and inspiration. As the graduating class embarks on their journey, they carry the memory of this historic event, reinforcing their duty to uphold Rizia's legacy. And then, of course, Ruhek's Guardians deployed to key cities. Yes. We are convinced these pious guardians, loyal primarily to the sacred Ruhasist values, will protect us all, keeping the humanity of all us Ruhasists at heart. Oh, they will. I am sure. Right, there you go, folks. I've got to dash. Football is calling. So I need a toilet. I need to get changed. So, yes, I think there's probably one stream left here. I don't know how long's left, but it definitely feels like we are very much endgame right now. I reckon the next turn might be the last turn. Unless anybody knows for sure. Not a spoiler, just let me know. Are we like 2-3 hours away from finishing? I think we're there. I think we're there. I can smell victory. I just want a good ending. I just want a good flipping ending. How long have we got left? Does anybody know? I'm trying to think when to finish this. Obviously, it's cast to finish it. Which number is the next turn? I don't know. Does it tell you which turn number you're on? I don't think it does it? Does it tell you what turn you're on? Maybe it tells you when you save the game. Load. Turn 9. Wasn't there 12 turns? We're in turn 9. And I could probably get through a turn a stream at my pace. Might have been another 3 streams. Yeah, I thought we were at the end. I think there was 12 turns, was there? Or if there's 10, then next turn's last turn. Oh, I'm very close. So this turn will be, next turn will be turn 10. How many turns are there, do we know? Or maybe that's a bit too spoiler. It's not spoiler. Maybe it is a bit spoilery. No, don't tell me how many turns are there. We're near the end, that's all I need to know. Right, anyway, go forth, enjoy the rest of your evening, folks. Thanks for joining me at this kind of late announced pre-football stream. And we'll get this finished hopefully soon. Certainly, I think Sunday, I will be streaming Sunday, so we'll stream this on Sunday. I was thinking if there was like literally less than an hour to go, we might finish it in the anniversary stream, but I don't think so. We'll keep these separate. I don't like to play regular games during an anniversary stream. Plus, I have something else up my sleeve to play there on that stream. So, yes, we'll finish this on Sunday, and if not Sunday, then definitely Monday. Maybe, possibly, depends how fast I go. But I think we're there. Yes, I've really enjoyed this playthrough. It's taken me a lot longer than I anticipated, but I have really enjoyed it. Just need to get over the line now and get a happy ending. And I will forever remember Rizia as one of the games that I got a happy ending in, where I had to do these kind of multiple choice affairs, because every game that has multiple choices, I always get a bloody bad ending. Not Tonight, Beat Cop, the first Suzerain, all these games bring to mind, and all of them catastrophic endings. So yes, hopefully that won't be the case here. So we'll see. Join me for that on Sunday. But before Sunday, of course, there's tomorrow, no sessions, no videos. Friday, don't tend to get much on a Friday because I'm usually busy. So Saturday, next time you see me will be Saturday, 6 p.m. I'm going to put the one thing I forgot to ask in my anniversary stream video update. I was supposed to ask somebody to do me a thumbnail for the stream. Completely forgot. So if any of you guys that are watching that's here, probably about 5 of you, if you know anybody, or if you're interested in trying it yourself, a nice thumbnail would be good, because I'm crap at thumbnails. And it's 15 years. The last anniversary, the 10-year one, somebody did me a really, really kick-ass thumbnail, which ended up being a banner from my channel, which is still the banner to my channel. And I can't remember who did it. But if I could get another one from somebody, that'd be great. But I'll put something on. I'll put something on the Discord, and I'll also put it in the anniversary stream chat, and I'll also put it on the YouTube announcement front page. And see what I get, because I'm going to be putting the stream up tomorrow evening. So there you go. Anyway, go forth. It's now 36 minutes past, and I'm going to be late for football. So have a good evening, folks, and until next time, see you soon. Oh, I've clicked continue. Oh, I've done that again. Didn't mean to do that. Flipping hellfire. Misclicks galore today. I misclicked on horse racing and lost 170 quid. And you know what? I blame this mouse. I've mentioned this before, that I misclicked this mouse because the mouse is too high off the desk and my finger rests too heavily on it, so I click unintentionally sometimes. And lo and behold, I was dreading it happening. I flinger clicked on the horse racing today, and 170 flipping pound went down the damn drain. So I think I'm gonna get a different mouse. This mouse is not compatible with my clumsy hand. Anyway, we'll end it here. Bye. Been stupid.